Welcome back to the channel. I'm sitting outside Costco. There's a Walmart kind of close by, but I'm not getting any orders right now. So I wanted to take just a moment to talk about this new reward system that Walmart came out with. It's, kind of like DoorDash has their tiers and Instacart has their tiers. Walmart came out with a similar tier program. To where, like, if you're silver, you see stuff before people who aren't silver. If you're gold, you see stuff before them, and you'll have priority access to the better orders the higher tier you are. So here's my current status. It was pretty easy for me to get silver. I think when they came out with it, I was like one trip away from silver in this month already. And then it didn't take long for me to hit 35 trips to be gold. And I think the only thing that's going to keep me gold is that quantity found rating. Cause sometimes they're just out of stock of stuff. And no matter how many times I ask, they always say, what we have out is what we have. It would take, at least 5 minutes for anybody to go to the back and check for other stuff. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting in the aisle, just waiting. So I think the 98% and the 99% for gold and sapphire are a little high, but I'm at gold, and I don't think it'll be too difficult for me to maintain it. I can usually find stuff, even if it's not like in the exact location. It's usually somewhere nearby, or it's like tucked behind something, like things got misorganized a little bit. So let's do a deeper dive and talk more about the specifics of this new tier system. I'll put that up on the screen while I shop my next order. So let's look more into this new Spark Driver Rewards program. It lets you access perks based on the number of trips you complete and your metrics details. Depending on these factors, you qualify for 3 different tiers: silver, gold, and sapphire, just like you do with DoorDash or Uber Eats or what have you. And then you get access to rewards. Now, this is only available in specific zones, so it's come to me. You might not have it in your zone yet, but be on the lookout for it. They're probably going to roll it out to everyone at some point. In that last clip that you saw, I am gold. I think it's pretty easy to maintain gold because it does reset every month. And you maintain your status for the next month after that. So once you qualify for gold, like I qualified in January, now I'm eligible for gold throughout February. And actually, I did decide to see how this would play out for about a month. And I'm still gold, but all of my metrics, aside from my delivery count, would make me eligible for sapphire. So that found quantity metric that I think is going to hold me back a little bit, it's doing good right now. So we'll see, but I don't know. I still think it's going to be really hard to meet the requirements for sapphire just based on the number of deliveries alone, because a whole batch, so if you're doing 2 at a time or 3 at a time, that still only counts as one of these deliveries, whereas like on Instacart, each delivery actually counts as a delivery. So if you do a batch of 2 or 3, each one will count towards how many you've done for that 3-month period on Instacart. But we're not talking about Instacart. We are just talking about Spark right now. And so the next page here says, how is the Spark Driver Rewards programming changing? This is where it just goes into more details. The new tier system made up of silver and gold and sapphire. And then it kind of hints at what kind of rewards you get: matching priority, incentive multiplier, end of month rewards. But we'll get more into that. And again, if you don't see this program in your Spark app, your zone just isn't included yet, but I'm sure it's coming to you soon. Now, this next page is important. So if you are driving in a zone where the program is active, but then you switch to another zone where it's not, it does affect things like trip count. Trips completed in non-active zones won't count towards qualifications. Metrics from all trips will continue to count based on a formula for each My Metric. If you already received emails with promo codes, those can still be redeemed. But any matching boost or incentive multiplier won't count in a non-active zone. And I don't think this will matter for me too much because all the zones in my area, my immediate area, even if I switch zones, they do still have this program. I have switched zones a couple times and still seen the same rewards. So how can you qualify? So you have to maintain certain metrics, of course. To unlock silver tier, super easy. You just have to have 20 trips in a month. That's it. You can do that part-time very easily, just before or after work. To unlock gold tier, you need 35 trips. Bit more of a stretch for some folks working part-time. But then you also have to have on-time arrival at 95%, completion rate at 95%, quantity found at least 98%, and a customer rating of 4.8 or higher, of course. And then to unlock Sapphire, 60 trips in a month. And again, that is like a whole batch that you accept. That only counts as one on the Spark app. So if you're driving to 2, 3, sometimes even 4 customers, that's still just one. You accepted that offer. That offer is what counts towards trips this month. On-time arrival is 96%, completion rate 96%, just a little higher than gold. Quantity found 99%, customer rating 4.9. And then of course there's a little breakdown about, it being only in participating zones, and the customer rating doesn't really come into effect until after you've accepted and completed 10 different shop and delivery trips. And if you don't have specific metrics, it's going to go into the breakdown of that. So for the quantity found metric, if you haven't completed 10 shop and delivery orders, the metric won't be available yet, but it doesn't prevent you from unlocking those higher tiers. And then once you complete enough of those shop and delivery orders, then it will start counting towards your tier requirements. And then it's the same thing with the customer ratings. You need at least 10 of those before it starts counting towards your tier requirements. And then rewards are going to come in 2 different types. There's going to be your end of month rewards and your instant rewards. Now, end of month rewards are calculated at the last day of the month, making sure you still meet the minimum tier requirements for the tier that you're in. And then you'll get a promo code sent to your email. And they are redeemed on the website of the third-party provider of that reward. So whether it's cellular or through Walmart, you'll go to that website to redeem it. And then once you redeem the promo code, you can access its perks until the expiration date set for that reward, even if your tier drops in the following months. And I've heard some of them are like 3-month long or 6-month long. So every reward is going to be a little bit different. And then your instant rewards, you can access them same day you unlock a tier. And that's mostly just going to be the boosts and the offers. So you're going to get offer matching priority, which allows you to see some offers before other drivers in the lower reward tiers. And then there's also the incentive multiplier, which increases the value of eligible incentives for successfully completed trips. The offer matching priority sounds really great. You get a higher priority on those round robin offers that say, just for you, and you see the offer card. In my experience in the last month, those are still not always the best. I still see like $21 offers for driving for a mile in 20 minutes. I still see $14 offers for driving for 45 minutes. You get priority, but it's still not going to guarantee that it's the best offer, of course. Okay, so let me pause here because I got to show you exactly what I'm talking about. On the day that I'm editing this, I get this offer. $12 for 36 minutes. Sure, I've seen worse, but we're looking at like $20 an hour here. And this is an offer for this Walmart, not the one that I'm closer to. And this is the one that I really want to go to right now because I'm trying to complete this incentive. So that being said, like, sure, maybe I outranked other folks to see this offer first, but man, it is not a good offer. All right, back to our regularly scheduled programming. So just be aware of that. And then the incentive multiplier, it's not a huge multiplier, so I don't really value that too much. And that's only on Sapphire. That's one of the Sapphire exclusive perks. So I really don't mind just maintaining gold. That seems to be all right for me as far as I'm concerned. And as you might have guessed, Sapphire tiers get priority over gold and silver drivers. Gold tier gets priority over silver and no tier drivers. So here's what the incentive multiplier actually is. It's a 10% boost to earnings from eligible incentive programs. So number one, I don't see a lot of incentive programs. I don't know if it's the time of year or what, but I just don't see them very much. And then 10%, like, say a delivery is only going to be a $7 incentive. That's an extra 70 cents. I'm sorry, but that's not much of an incentive for me. So again, I'm not going to prioritize that and try to press myself or push myself to get to Sapphire. Oh, and how long do you have access to those promo codes? Again, so it's gonna vary depending on what the reward is, but it could be anywhere from 1 to 6 months. Just be watching for that when you redeem those. If your metrics drop below the minimum threshold for your current tier, you won't immediately lose access to that tier, but you will lose access to those tier rewards in the following month. And the trip count resets every month, so just know that if you want that silver or that gold or that sapphire, you've got to hit that trip count by the end of the month because it will reset on day one. And then it goes into the breakdown of the different rewards. So for silver rewards, you get the driver with the dash cam and telematics app. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm still waiting on my email for stuff like that. You get Keeper, T-Mobile, OnePay, and then for gold, you get everything in silver as well as Walmart Plus and offer matching priority. And then in Sapphire, everything in silver, offer matching priority even higher, and that incentive multiplier. And you'll receive those end of month rewards through links in an email. That is going to be pretty much everything. Let me know if you guys have the rewards program yet, and comment how it's been treating you. I like it. I like knowing that I have a little bit of a priority over other drivers, and I like the different rewards through Walmart Plus and OnePay and all that stuff. I like to utilize that kind of stuff. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.